Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation is out and about on global now, and these guys they seem okay. They're mostly PvP units. I don't know if I'm too concerned about building a Mushoku team unless the collabs kind of pop off later on. Let's see, we got the rate up of the standard 4 here with the nerf Ghislaine, so that's kind of sad. Eris is going to be free, so we don't have to worry about getting her. So it's really just a fight for these 3, and then the rest of this banner looks like a literal part 1 banner with some extra spice at the bottom here. So we're going to hopefully get everybody in one rotation because Annie for, what is it, JP is around the corner. We don't want to get caught up with our pants down gemless once that starts, so hopefully that ends up being quite the banger of a banner, and we get a little bit of info towards the end of the collab. I don't know if we're close enough to get that kind of info, but at least we'll have the following banner. Ooh, right off the bat we got Rudy. 60 in, so that's a pretty good sign. Love the GP. Let's see how much it's going to take to get everybody. I'm fully dedicated to doing at least the whole thing, because I think getting everyone is kind of a lot to ask for, you know? Ooh, we did skip the last animation. Didn't think it was going to be anything, but we will watch this bad boy right here. Pray that we don't get shafted. Green Escanor is back in full force. Red Merlin we saw already. So hopefully we don't deal with that. Blue Elat for those wanting to do the Blue Elat mid strat. I think Yorm was on the banner for those that need deer. And Bond's a good backline. We got one SSR, which was the 3rd guy here. Go ahead and give it to us. What do we got? Ooh, Green Arthur. This man was a free unit. So you can get out of here. And we can move on. So I wonder, I haven't looked. Let me check what people have been running for these guys. See if these teams sound any interesting. If they sound any interest. Full collab team looks like with Ghislaine, Roxy, Echidna, and Nanashi. And that makes sense because that's the new unknowns, right? Is that any good? Not sure. Not 100% sure. Obviously, Nanashi and Echidna we know are pretty solid once you get Nanashi Relic. Echidna Relic, if you missed out, you do have the chance of making it now, thanks to collab material being back. So I think Roxy was the one that made the barrier around everybody. Wow, 3 knockbacks in a row. She makes the barrier around everyone, and she wants to be on unknowns, and then if the barrier isn't broken, I think you get attack-related buff, right? And then her hero, or not her hero, her relic decreases damage taken by allies. Damage taken, yeah, by allies with the with her shield. So, single target drain. Taking a look at it now. Pierce on all. I liked her ult because it was like it was a stats decrease except basic. I don't know why they would skip out on basic. I feel like an all stat down sounds pretty strong, right? I feel like that would give her a good little nudge in the right direction, but I guess that's too strong. And then Ghislaine, what does she do? I forgot as well. I know she was an unknown homie. Increase heroes basic stats by 7% for every unknown race ally on the battlefield. So she'd like to be in 4v4. Since it scales per unit, she might also be a Guild Wars unit. This is looking sour. Oh my gosh. We got Rudy in the 60, and now we're getting a little shafty shaft. And then she marks someone with the highest CC, and then they are forced to attack her, right? Little taunt action. Oh my gosh, I thought there was going to be something there for sure. In addition, the hero's damage dealt increases by 40% when attacking the marked enemy, right? So that's pretty good. Taking out the strongest unit on the team, essentially. In theory, right? The highest CC doesn't necessarily mean the strongest, right? You got people like Blue Ludo, who is definitely high CC monsters, but, well, not necessarily a high CC monster. Wants to have the high, or really high CC, but I mean, his kit's pretty much useless. I mean, HP Mael, HP Freya, any of them, right? 70k hitters, that would be nice. And then every time the hero uses a single target attack, increases single target attack skills damage by 20%. Her relic is pretty cool. I do like that. Boosting single target skills. That's pretty cool. And then her ult is AoE Power Strike, which I think I talked about that in one of my maybe one of the Beast videos, very long time ago. That's kind of a rarer, I feel like, ability right now, because AoE Power Strike is on Terry. In terms of ults, there was somebody else I think that had AoE Power Strike. Not a lot of people have that. Power Strike in general, yes, it's on a lot of skills, but you know. It's on a couple ults as well. I forgot what number he is on. Oh, right here. Perfect. Let's go. We got Roxy. Very nice. I'm liking that. Wait, so that means we're done. We're actually good. We do the 600, we get Ghislaine. I don't know how to say her name. Ghislaine? And then the red hair girl is free, Eris. This is perfect. So we'll finish this bad boy out and see if it's see if we get nasty with it. Like I said, I'm chilling with the 1-6. I'm fine. I'm fine with that right now. I think if anything, Ghislaine wants dupes, and it's not necessarily that she wants dupes. It's just that she seems to be the strongest. So why not get her dupes? The Power Strike scaling multiplier is 59%, so it sounds pretty balanced. And as far as I remember, none of the units have any kind of scaling ults with additional effects. Ooh, we got 2 right up front. Norm, no need, but okay. Let me check their ults real quick. Ooh, second copy of Rudy, we'll take it. Rudy's actually the one that does scale with ult level, because his magic orb multiplier on his ult is 1-1-1-2-2-3. So 1, 2, 3. So at 4-6 he gets 2. So I mean that's really where he would start stepping up. And I mentioned this already. It seems like magic orbs kind of take a little too long to build up, especially when you can just get one shot right off rip. People like Miles going first, right? Debuffing a single target, or debuff single target. I'm sure demons could also pull off a one shot right off the get-go if you go second. And I didn't really see their CC, so I mean they could. Oh, that was a little hidden gem there of green Escanor getting shoved in. That's fine. Good thing we skipped. Didn't want to wait to see that either. I would be very sad. Is there any other teams that have really shown any kind of signs of popping off with these units? A lot of focus on unknown, right? So you could do, I'm thinking Roxy, oh this would be toxic. Roxy, Red Goth or Summerlin, right? Nashi in the background. Infinite attack steals, that's the usual, and then the first slot is always just a random unknown that gets teched in. So I think people might have done that with Echidna, or you could do the new unknowns with Merlin. Sage Merlin, Echidna, Roxy, and Anashi. That sounds pretty decent. And then I'm sure if you don't have any of them, you could slot in Ram, because she was good prior to Nanashi debut. So if you don't have Nanashi Relic, maybe she could go on the front line, right? And then you have a ton of unknown boosted stats, right? With Ghislaine, Ram, and Nanashi. And then you really just need to pick a high DPS unknown that you want to get boosted. What is this? Back? Middle? It's a hidden one. But I mean, like I said, I don't know if how much better they are than the traditional Philo comps. Ooh, that was a fake out, and it was a second Roxy, which is pretty cool. Skip. Nice. I'm liking these odds right now. 2-6 across the more useful one, or I guess they're the more less useful ones. Doesn't matter. We take the dupes. So what I was saying, I don't know if they're going to be stronger than the current Unknowns team. I don't think they're going to beat out Goddesses or Demons or any Eska teams. I think they're going to be a nice little niche, fun little teams to run. Guild Wars can definitely take advantage of some of them. Because why not? They take advantage of literally any unit, almost. I guess except for Liz and Green Luna, really. Roxy's been been a blessing. That's about it, I think. 4 units. It's cool. I wonder, what I'd like to know is how they pick the collabs to get associated with. Obviously, the IP has to be in an agreement with them, but what is on the table? Obviously, King of Fighters was on the table, because don't they own that game? Or run a version of that game in some way, shape, or form, right? So something that they're not associated with at all, like the ballpark that was Stranger Things, Attack on Titan. Shield Hero was cool. I don't know. I'm surprised they don't do any other of the more popular gotchas, right? So, like, I'm not saying a Dragon Ball collab is needed. Obviously, half of us are Fate Sims, right? Fate collab would be... Whoa, where's the pull button? Okay. That's weird. Fate collab would be pretty cool. The dead gotcha that was Naruto, what was it, Blazing? I'm skipping that. Nothing. You know, it's not the craziest of luck, but it's what we need. We got exactly what we wanted, right? So I feel like these summons are they're pretty mid, but on the upside of mid, and I'm fine with that. As long as I feel like I don't get wasted or shafted, right? Or chilling. Just gotta finish the missions for Eris. Just check the text on this. I don't know, probably skip if he loses. It's a tie, looking a little sour towards the end, but one more multi in. Looking like another shaft, honestly. Another stick. Yeah, okay. Like I said, it's fine. Not too worried about it. We got what we wanted. We got 2, 2, 1, and then you're gonna be 1. So I mean, that's not terrible. What matters is getting everyone and getting lots of GP for your constellations and stars. That's gonna wrap up the summons. If you guys like, drop 8th. Tell me maybe sub if you're into that, and I'll see you in the next one.